We'll get back to Mike Tobin in just a moment with the latest out of Minnesota, but now yet another explosive video from Project Veritas tonight. This may be the most revealing yet, as fake news CNN has a staffer, a man named Charlie Chester, outright admitting that CNN uses COVID to fearmonger, spread panic, drive ratings, purposely using death toll numbers in a pandemic to drive ratings for political advantage. You can't make this up. Pretty sick. Take a look.
Sad news back to back to back doesn't do really well unless it affects them directly. COVID, gangbusters with ratings, right? Which is why we constantly have the death toll on the side, which I have a major problem with, that we're tallying how many people die every day. Because I've even looked at it and be like, let's make it higher. Like, why isn't it high enough, today? Like, it would make our point better if it was higher. Like this special red phone ring, and they pick it up, and it's like the head of the network being like, there's nothing that you're doing right now that makes me want to stick. Put the numbers back up, because that's the most enticing thing that we have.
Fake news, CNN, they refuse to comment at all following these disturbing remarks. I'll ask again, Mr. Potato Head, or the Fox-obsessed Hannity stalker, Humpty Dumpty, or his, sidekick, sycophant, intern, Oliver, whatever his name is, when are they going to take responsibility for their network's outright fraud, fear-mongering, and just fake news? What's it going to take for these far-left Democratic extremists, sycophants, and the mob and the media to actually admit they're intentionally lying to their viewers for profit, intentionally spreading baseless stories because they are obsessed with hating conservatives and hating all things Donald Trump? 3 straight years, Trump-Russia hoax lies. 3 years of nothing but conspiracy theories proven wrong. Outright lying, propaganda, misinformation, all with an agenda to destroy Donald Trump. On this program, we're honest. Yep, we're members of the press. We talk about breaking news. We do investigative reporting. I'm a conservative. I say so up front. We give opinion. We even talk about sports and culture. But we're honest about who we are. They're not. We seek the truth. We follow the facts. Everywhere CNN has been proven wrong, we've been proven right. The Russia hoax, we were right. They couldn't have been more wrong. We exposed lies and the rush to judgment against Justice Kavanaugh. All they did was peddle conspiracy theories with people that had zero evidence or credibility. We also helped expose the Jussie Smollett hate crime hoax, the lies against the kids of Covington Catholic School, where CNN fake news, they actually had to settle their defamation case filed by Nick Sandmann. We exposed the lies in the impeachment shift show. And by the way, we covered the violence, the rising crime across major cities last summer. I don't care if it's a riot at the Capitol or a riot in any city. A riot is a riot, and it's wrong. They were calling it fiery, but mostly peaceful. Look at that. Fire, mostly peaceful. If you want to go back even further, Duke Lacrosse, UVA, Rolling Stone, Ferguson, Baltimore, and so many more. We get it right. They always get it wrong. Here now with reaction. Project Veritas CEO and founder James O'Keefe. Let's talk about what we just heard. So what I hear is,
Sean,
go ahead.
Well, Sean, I mean, journalism is about getting to the bottom of things, getting to the truth. And this man, who's a director of CNN, actually says in this tape that they are telling people what to say. They don't actually let people on CNN. This is a director at CNN saying the only people they actually let on the program are people who, quote, take the bait. Now, this is not the only thing he said. This may be the most damning thing of all the things he said in this Part 2 series. He implicates Jeff Zucker. He says the special bat phone rings, the red phone. He implicates the head of the network. And, Project Veritas is truth. I run from nothing. I hide from nothing. I defend our methods. I defend our techniques. Oliver Darcy, everyone that has been called, there's a total cone of silence after these tapes, which means that they can't, Sean, defend what this man is saying. There is no defense. In fact, this guy, Charlie Chester, in these tapes, he's upset about what he is doing. He says it's wrong for us to put these numbers on the screen and take advantage of death and want more death for ratings. He knows it's wrong, but he does it anyway, because in his words, fear sells. This is awful. It's the farthest thing from journalism imaginable. And the fact that there is such silence about this, Sean, speaks volumes.
And we want the numbers higher. He's talking about the number of dead people, dead Americans, in the middle of a pandemic. For political gain and a political agenda is more important?
Yeah, I mean, he expresses in this tape, he says, quote, there's a problem that we're doing that. He says it's wrong that we're doing it. But if you watch this tape, he says that they got a call from Jeff Zucker, the CEO of the network, who asked, put those numbers back on that screen. We want those death numbers higher. And you see it on CNN every day. And again, the purpose of journalism is to tell the truth, is to get to the bottom of things, is to focus on, is to illuminate. And he calls it propaganda. And he says these are the quiet things that you never are supposed to say out loud.
And we
it's
played
unbelievable
it last night.
that
Their
Matt
agenda
Dornick
was to get Donald Trump. They had a full-on network agenda. That's what he said.
And Matt Dornick hasn't said a word. Oliver Darcy hung up the phone on me. We've had Newsweek, the New York Times. A lot of mainstream media are calling this network for comment, but no comment is given because they cannot defend this, Sean. And that's why Project Veritas will keep releasing tapes. We'll keep coming out with new exposés, putting pressure on these people.
Do you have more coming tomorrow?
Truth.
I got to get back to Minnesota. Do you have any more coming tomorrow?
Yeah, we have one more coming tomorrow, and it's Veritas Tips at protonmail.com is our tip line. Thank you, brave insiders, for coming to us so we can get this information out to people.
Project Veritas, President, CEO, Founder, James O'Keefe. Thank you.